actually in the game now. Jeez. I'm sure it's fine normally for the PC. I'm sure I just have way too much stuff going on it. So there's graphic violence. So this may be a mistake. So not to play. We're going to do it anyway. Okay.
So, is it all true?
What have you heard already?
That illness. It thickened the bones. It accelerated the healing process and tissue regeneration. Is that all true?
Every word.
But if that's what it was doing, why call it an illness?
The Lepidopterans made a nest out of the human body where they could eat and multiply. An illness is what it is.
But then?
Where do you want me to start?
From the beginning.
I'm old, Mr. Manny. My memory is not one of my strong points.
Well, for example, why do they call you Madam Svenska?
A name is just a trace. It is our business card, our identifier. It presents us to the world. But does it tell our story or really describe who we are?
I swear I know 3 or 4 idiots with the same exact name.
Well, yes. But we are not made of that name. It is given to us. Other people choose it for us, whether it suits us or not. It doesn't tell us who we really are. That name will not give us any answers. It is only through growing old that we become the answer to the questions of our childhood. And living in Sweden the last 30 years has definitely inspired this affectionate moniker. And so, Madam Svenska, it is.
And yet you come back to Italy. Why?
Because I forgot. But I also forgot that I had promised to remember.
Tell me.
Please excuse me. Sometimes my memory needs to be jogged. There's always been a song that, as well as the name you refer to so much, has labeled my whole life, has given it a name, and it's from a name. If you can believe how bizarre and sometimes unbelievable my confused memories are to describe that all this began.
I'm intrigued.
Say goodbye.
And frightened, probably, given that it's going to be graphic.
If you leave me, sure you miss me. If you fly, you lose something in the sky. Come on, let's dance.
Guess we'll find out if I get a copyright hit on this.
Give me a kiss, so you know what you're gonna miss. If you fly, you lose something in the sky. Listen to me.
I won't, because like I said, before, I'm not just keeping this stream. It'll take forever for this to process on YouTube. And I'm actually going to just take the recording and delete the one that's processing, so it'll never get to copyright on YouTube. And then the one that I have recorded, that I've saved, I'll break into pieces and upload it individually so I can get rid of that music, potentially. Just to be safe, I'll make sure it's royalty-free. Dr. Richard Felton. It's all in Italian, so if you speak Italian, you can translate for me, but otherwise I don't know what that says. Something looks like something like patient files and something about recovery, but I don't know. I really don't know for sure. a bad habit. Give yourself cancer. Hopefully not. Okay, that went ominous really quickly. It was like all chill, and she's like preparing to go in, but rather than like going in or something, it's just suddenly, and by the way, be terrified. All right. Created, written, and directed by Chris Darrell. Wow, it's
Feels like it's gonna rain again.
quite a mantle. Quite a lot of stuff to have to do. Okay. So E? No. Okay, so I don't have E yet. R? No. V? Okay. So V is kind of like your peek around the corner. I see. And then space. Yeah, I don't have a flashlight yet. Okay. I think I remember all the other stuff. Reach the residence of Dr. Felton. Oh, there are collectibles as well. My sweet Jennifer. Oh, is that her daughter? So is she seeing a doctor about her daughter? Is her daughter sick with the illness? I thought this was the old lady, but this is a younger version of her. Maybe not. Badge, Dr. Rosemary Reed. So that's you. Okay, yeah, so this is in Italian, but here's the translation. Okay, medical report. Patient, Mr. Richard Felton. Oh, that's the patient. Okay. Sex male, born on February 16th, 1920. 1958, first diagnosed symptoms. Emergency hospitalization. The patient complains of severe pain in the abdomen due to many diarrhea and vomiting discharges. Oh, that's just... yeah, only you can prevent forest fires with the smoking, yeah. He seeks emergency assistance. An ambulance took him from home to undergo extensive clinical examinations. Suspected ulcerated parasitotes. I cannot pronounce it apparently. Parasitotes. So suspected. So basically, he has a parasite that has created ulcers, I believe is what that's meaning. X-ray exam abdomen. At first glance, by direct abdominal radiography, the patient reports evident hydro air levels in the abdominal cavity with abundant kidney, liver, and intestine abscess drainage, where unusual formations are noticed. Parasitosis? The affected areas are full-blown to a common microorganism, damaged but unusually intact. After removal of skin cysts, there is evidence of proliferation of multiple parasites. Moths? Characterized by unusual cellular activity. Suspected cause in the affected areas. Blood test and urinalysis. Blood tests show a significant increase of the values in leukocytes and inflammation indices. Possible correlation with the suspected ulcerated parasitosis, testosterone deficiencies, and marked presence of estrogen, potentially unrelated to the disease. Urinalysis shows traces of blood and follicles, like larvae, overdose of drugs, opiates, and surplus of unapproved psychodrugs, antidepressants without prescription, monoamine oxidase, there we go, inhibitor. I suspect abuse of phenoxyl. Diagnosis: patient with UPP, ulcerative proliferative parasitosis, which shows alteration of the organs involved in the difficult general clinical procedure. Due to the large number of affected areas and the delicate state of health, the inefficiency of surgical intervention is inferred. External causes and hypotheses of contamination risk are considered, subject to further testing. Antiemetics? I don't know what that is. Antibiotics and cortisone are prescribed. The doctor, Giacardi. Okay. And those were collectibles. Medical test notice. Dear Dr. Richard Felton, with this letter, we inform you about the urgency to undergo treatment with our specialists who are usually in charge of following patients affected by debilitating disease like the one you have. It is understood that your refusal to undergo psychological therapy seems clear to us, and since we understand your choice, we encourage you to go through other in-depth analysis at our institute. Whether you are unable to communicate with us, we invite you to tell your wife, Ariana Gallo, which is your designated helper and beneficiary as well, to contact us. According to the diagnostic criteria provided by the regional health system to our institute, we are obliged to request you once again not to be absent on the designated dates for the next requested medical exams. Full body x-ray, urological examination. Regards, the Dr. G. Akari. Okay. So those are all the collectibles. Events near the playground. Next to an abandoned playground, a woman is waiting inside an old white van, watching mournfully as she smokes a cigarette, an old portrait of a little girl. The woman, whose name is Rosemary Reed, gets off the van and kicks off her investigation. Rosemary Reed, which is here. Yep. Okay, and then tutorial. No, okay. Alright. You never know in games like this where you're going to find stuff that might be useful or important, so unfortunately that often means that I do wandering that is not useful. There's not really a point to it. Okay, so she can't even climb into the sandbox. That's interesting. So there's never any point at all in this whole game that you're gonna climb, let alone jump. Why does she make the kind of the freak out noises as she's running? I guess it's just the default when she runs. I suppose. Okay. She did make those noises in the trailer too, so. Missing. Lost child, Celeste Felton. Missing since Thursday, October 14th, 1971. Last seen 4 p.m. at Recreation Ground in something. You can't really read it, yeah. Date of birth, February 8th, 1958. Female, white, 13 years. Light blonde hair, blue eyes. At last... Wait, what? Light blonde hair. Okay. Bottom right picture, maybe. Upper left picture? That's not light blonde hair. I'm just saying. Okay, at last... Something wearing a white dress with bows, white shoes, and tressed hair. I'm assuming that's any persons with any information are requested to call, and then a phone number. Alright. I'm assuming this is not where we want to go, the left, but I'm going to try it anyway just to see. Oh, this is maybe. Oh. Dr. Richard Felton Associates, notary study. Alright, I guess I won't explore the other directions then. It's true. It's totally true.
Who is it?
Yes, hello. I'm Dr. Reed from the Santa Margarita Institute.
I'm sorry, but Mr. Felton is no longer a patient.
I know. This is why I'm here. Hello? Anyone?
Alright. I'm not going to open it yet. I want to see if there's anything else to explore out here before I go. Okay, hang on. I always feel anxious when looking at some icons. Icons and mirrors. So any icon? Just certain ones. She said some, so I assume it's just certain icons. Alright. So that's clearly the Institute entrance. Let me see what's over this way. This is probably a dead end that I'm guessing, right? I mean, I can't imagine it's going to be anything other than a dead end. Except that it may have, like, a poster or clue thingy. Not this way. Okay. Yeah. So that's... locked off. And there's this way also. So I just happened to choose the correct way starting out. I am good. I am amazing. Wordages to your mother and stuff. So I assume since we're parked over there, and it's a dead end, I'm assuming we drove in from this way to the... well, now to the left. Let's see, okay. Yeah, here we go. Skiers. Right, which is in maybe Italian or something or whatever. It's no, the other stuff's in English. Anyway, it could be like an Italian name for shears or scissors maybe. Anyway, cut here, cut there. Skiers on screen. October 31st, 1971. Check papers for local listings. As they used to do, rather than saying look online or whatever. Okay, so you definitely see some stuff. But not enter. So it was the other way. It's fine. I just wanted to see if there were any other collectibles or whatever on the way. Turns out there were a couple. That's the missing poster. This has nothing. Okay. So what happens if I pass your fancy entrance? Am I going to get a not this way thing again? Probably. Not this way. Took long enough to do that. Yeah, yeah. I know. It's like, so why you always gotta like go the way they say not to go? Like they give you instructions, say no that way, if you go that way anyway. Well, I don't go there until I am told not to. No, but then like afterward you try again. Well, yeah, I didn't mean to try to go that way again. I didn't angle her correctly to go where I wanted to go. Oh, like you don't do it on purpose? No, I didn't do it on purpose. Okay then. Cause I would like, why they tell you why you keep trying. Seriously. Reach the residence of Dr. Felton. Get inside the mansion and meet Dr. Felton. Yeah, she is an investigator, so... but that doesn't mean she's necessarily physically... or that doesn't mean she's necessarily a physical type of a person, right? I do think it's a little bit overdone, though. I don't know. I suppose they probably studied actual people running when they designed it, right? So maybe it's not way overblown. It seems overblown, though, to have this kind of be the arm motion of somebody running. Anybody, I don't care if they're in shape or not, if they're a sports type person or not. It seems like, but you know, stuff that we've already established she can't climb even like an inch, So I assume, unless we get an indicator for... Oh, there we go. She can go inside. So unless we get a clue, though, or something. Yeah. Okay, you're exhausted. We get it. Calm down. She really is out of shape. She sounds like me. I'm super out of shape, too. Working on fixing it, but I'm not there yet. Still out of shape. Seems just like a standard garden. Doesn't seem like there's anything special around here. But appearances can be deceiving. I'm not seeing anything in here. Alright, so these... It's cool having these garden areas, but it doesn't seem like there's anything really to do with them. So they're just part of the scenery. Which is fine. But I just, didn't know. So I imagine... given that there's this way around back, either we revisit this later... or else there are two things I could see. We go here and get extra clues before we enter and then can't go back. Or we go to the front door and get refused entry and then need to come around here. I feel like the latter might be the case. But as long as we don't click on a door or something here, hopefully we can wander our way back if need be. And this might also, of course, do a no, not this way thing again, although I'm kind of feeling like probably not. Since we're actually in the courtyard now. There's not really a reason to try to artificially halt my progress, right? At least not in that way. Well, so far, we seem to be not really into the scary part of the game. That's alright, I'm sure it gets plenty scary. A see no evil statue? Wait, did I miss? Is there a speak no evil, hear no evil? No. Maybe those come later. There we go. Definitely anguishing. All right. Do. This does seem to just keep going on, doesn't it? Let's keep going. Since we're already here. Again, it's possible if they do a cutscene suddenly that I won't have the option, but barring that, I'm thinking as long as we don't click on our door, we're probably going to still have the option of going back. Okay, so there's a door. No clicky on said door. No clicky. No clicky on the door. Alright. that looks like that's it. Okay. It's going to be a little bit of running, but I'm guessing we get back up to the front, we'll click it, and it'll say, like, the person who was on the speaker when we were outside the gate will basically say, no. We don't have time for you, or whatever. So then you have to go around and back again. And that's probably when we get into the more of the horror aspect of things anyway, is when we start poking around where we don't really belong. Right, where they said, no, go away, but we insist on coming here anyway. Because we were running, I guess she's looking around and making sure she's not being followed. Maybe it's an automatic thing as a response, because in most of the game you're going to be wondering if something's following you. Maybe. Okay, seriously, you need, like, even a bike ride or something. I don't know what that noise is. It kind of sounds like an engine from a truck or something, but then it also sounds kind of like just ambiance noise, like drones or something. You're like, just to make you feel like, oh, this is creepy or whatever. Oh. Doesn't really seem like there's a normal front door either. I mean, the other went to the inside of the house too, right? So.
Hello? The gate was open. Are you there? Hello? Is anyone there?
And it's locked. Yep. And we can't do inventory. Alright, that's fine. Yeah, so we have no items, I assume, right? So it seems to be what that's indicating to me. Alright. Yes. Start your emphysema panic noise. Hey, dog, you're like just on the other side of this, right? It's like if I let you out, would you come accompany me and then attack anything that comes after me? Please? Pretty please? No? That's not going to be a thing? Okay. Figured I needed to check anyway. Alright. Okay, let's let her catch her breath. And, oh. Should I save it? No. I think it's auto saves. Okay. I kind of like that they have several cutscenes. It's cool. You don't usually see a lot of those in this kind of a game, so that's good. I mean, this kind of a game, you know what I mean? Like, just like a horror game that's got some storyline built around anything with a hospital or something.
Good evening.
Miss Reed, you already told me at the intercom, and as I already told you, Mr. Felton is no longer a patient at the Psychiatric Institute.
I came here voluntarily, outside the Institute.
So what do you want?
I am personally re-examining your case. Causes, reagents. I strongly believe there are alternative ways and probably other experiments that are worth a try. I am fighting with the Institute to recognize there are other adequate remedies for your husband's pathology.
Oh, no, please. I'm just assisting him. I'm his nurse.
I didn't know.
It's okay. I suppose you want to talk to him.
Thank you.
I apologize for the darkness, but Mr. Felton's sight has been damaged and immensely compromised because of the disease. Anyway, I am Gloria. Oh, and please, refrain from smoking inside. Mr. Felton hates the smell of smoke.
Sorry.
Is she gonna smoke later and like really upset him and he gets all angry? And that's why it becomes a horror game. All because of your stupid cigarettes. Just put your cancer sticker down. Put your cancer stick away, please. Thank you. Thank you. Please come again. Yep. The Arrival. Boom, boom, boom. Ooh. Such a foreboding achievement. I feel like she's not just here to try other potential treatments. I feel like she's also trying to investigate what the crap has happened to him exactly.
Please, this way.
Oh, you just calm yourself
Bad
down there.
habit.
Smoking?
Yes, such a shame. You should quit. You have no idea how bad this is for you. Not only for your health, but it's also very expensive. Money and time wasted. I have so much to do every day. I couldn't waste time with such a bad habit.
As long as they're just alcoves, they're full halls. I'm not going to go down those, but as long as there are these alcoves or whatever, I want to see if there's anything to examine. Doesn't really seem like it, but I want to be thorough. Okay, I cannot run currently. So I guess it's a slow crawl to the other side. Huey from Haunting Ground? Haunting Ground, Haunting Ground, Haunting Ground. Why does that sound a little bit familiar? Is that a game or a movie? Seriously? Why can I not? Okay, at some point, I will probably be doing something with the, I guess that's power. But for now, I can't do anything. Clicking does nothing. A whole lot of nothing. And right click also nothing. Okay. Good to know, though. There's a power-ish thing toward the end of here on the right.
Do you assist Mr. Felton all day?
Horror
Oh, no,
game.
from midday to 8 p.m. Then I go back home. I live near here. If needed, he can contact me with a pager, but that's not often. His wife takes care of him when I'm off.
What can you tell me about her?
I met her just a couple of times. She's usually out or locked in her bedroom when I'm here. Let's say they don't seem to get along.
It may be that I saw the name at some point on a forum or
But, you know,
a
when she's
suggested
home,
list or
she
something.
listens to the same music, the same song, over and over.
Maybe that's where I heard Haunting Ground. I've definitely not played it. I don't even know if I've seen the trailer. Yeah, it was probably with some forum or comments on a video or something, somewhere. I don't even think it would have been a tweet or a Facebook post. Yeah, I'm guessing it's just somewhere on some feedback. Maybe there were some comments on Steam or something. I was reading through. I don't know. I think I heard the name before, but like I said, I've definitely not played it. I don't know anything about it. So I should probably play it at some point. What? Is that one of the no, not this way? Okay, fine. No, not this way, lady. Jeez. Why don't you get all angry at me? Okay, calm down. Holy crap. mean, oh, I see. Looks like there are stairs going down and stuff, so this would direct you quite a ways away from... That's fine. The game does kind of force your hand to move certain ways. I suppose right now, I don't mind it so much because it's just storyline, so like, why wouldn't you follow this lady, realistically? But if at some point later, as I'm trying to run or hide or investigate or whatever I'm doing, if they do that kind of thing, I'll be it won't be the end of the world or anything, but I'll be a little bit like, really? I'm not a big fan of when games try to funnel you. Now, well, it depends on how they try to funnel you too, right? So if there are very clear reasons to have you only go a certain direction or do a certain thing, I don't mind it so much then, right? Because it makes sense with the plot and stuff. Like right now, I don't have a problem because you're obviously following her to look at him more or whatever, right? And that's another no-no. Okay. So that's fine. But when it no longer really is a part of the plot, if they just have an invisible wall because of reasons... not really a big fan of that, but that's alright.
This way, please.
Yeah. Walk this way, talk this way.
Mr. Felton will be here in a few minutes.
I know you said walk this way twice, but I'm just saying. I definitely dig the music and the ambiance. Did a really good job with that. I like this quite a bit. Storm Mind Games. Well done. So, she spent a certain amount of time in Sweden, or the old lady did at least, and at the end she was in Italy. So, I'm assuming this is, like I said, I'm assuming this is the lady, the old woman, but when she was younger doing this investigation. And I'm assuming because of that she's in Sweden right now. Okay. New collectible unlocked. Mr. and Mrs. Felton's farm, Rosogayo, closes. Danger of contamination. Wyman and the Feltons indicted for alleged criminal activity against consumers and production employees. October 2nd, 1971, the Rosogayo farm, pride of the Gayos, closed due to suspected contamination. It has been reported that many products have been infected by toxin pollen that could be the cause of severe parasitosis. The owner, Ariana Gayo, top right, okay, her husband and the notary Richard Felton, bottom right, okay, professor and company's partner, Albert Elias Wyman, large picture, are under investigation. The latter has been allegedly accused by Felton himself of having used the company to carry out pharmaceutical experiments, taking advantage of corporate funds at his will. Indeed, the warning came from the residents of the company's headquarters, the Ashmans, who manage the building and supervise the Harvesters, sisters of the adjoining convent. Photo. Okay. Among the reported symptoms, painful ulcers, vomiting, okay, proliferation of parasites, and in some cases, keratosis photosensitivity. Following the heavy allegations, both Feltons and the Ashmans received numerous threats from Wyman himself, who has been removed from the Order of Physicians today. Wyman stated he was shocked by the charges and pointed his finger to his former business partner, Richard Felton. He personally funded me. It is worth noting that Felton himself, like his father, promoted and funded the Phenoxyl Project, a drug for which Wyman himself was nominated for the prestigious Medicine Award in 1957. But that was retired from the market a few years later due to the disastrous side effects. Meanwhile, even at Felton's house, which was used as location for production distribution, the activity ceases. Or activities cease. Whichever way. As a result of the scandal, the Ashmans and Feltons also broke off any kind of relationship. As a matter of fact, the Ashmans claimed a substantial refund for the damage they suffered because even their children have been infected and, as a consequence, used as unaware test subjects. The authorities assume that the contamination has developed from the groundwater, not only used for the irrigation of nearby plantations, but also as a common source for the Ashmans and the 12 sisters of the nearby monastery. Oh, press that to see the other side. You damn son of a... See what they write about me on the news? You wanted to tarnish me, but I'll get back at you. Oh, surely I will. Starting with your daughter. Do you believe she doesn't know who her father is? I'm sure he would be glad to know that she is his daughter. Show you've got balls. Take your own responsibilities. What am I saying? Oh, what am I saying? Balls? You never got balls. All right. Okay. So there's that. Why am I still super zoomed in? Oh. And now a cutscene, apparently.
Do you believe in God, miss?
Well, it would be too easy, wouldn't it? I believe in people's willpower. Everything else is not God, but an aptitude or mankind's cruelty.
This is the kind of fairy tale I prefer at my age. When you're worn out from an incurable disease, you start having some doubts. Why is there so much life in such small but lethal creatures? An arbiter, that's all we need.
For what? It's wrong and crazy. It's human nature.
That same nature in which we are equals to those ants eating each other. But, pardon me, I forgot my manners. Please, sit down. Dr. Reed, I suppose?
Sorry, Mr. Felton. Pleased to meet you.
So you already met Gloria?
Yes, she let me in.
She's a great reference, extremely hardworking, but back to us. I don't recall seeing beautiful doctors like you at the Institute, Dr. Reed.
I am flattered, Mr. Felton. I arrived at the Institute just a few months after you left. And you left because?
Inadequacy of the sanitary treatments within the structure.
That's right. And in a few words?
In a few words, they didn't know how to treat my case, and they left me there to die.
But it seems that other issues took over.
I once or twice refused to go through exams.
Mr. Felton, is there anything I can do for you?
Oh, Gloria, yes. See if Dr. Reed needs anything.
Oh, no.
May I offer you a cup of tea or coffee? Espresso?
No, thank you.
As you wish. How about you, Mr. Felton?
No, thank you. I'll keep entertaining our guest. You can go now.
You're diagnosed? 1958?
Yes, indicatively. Some friends and I contracted the disease while traveling to Egypt, and it got worse.
In addition to the disease, the first exam showed some inconsistency. Some hormonal deficiency? Overdose of non-prescribed drugs, opiates? Phenoxyl? Wasn't it recalled in the mid-60s?
Doctor, don't you think that nowadays there are ways to obtain drugs without any prescription?
I believe so. According to your file, you still receive your disability pension. Even better, it seems that the beneficiary is your wife, Ariana Gallo.
Exactly. She's the one who takes care of me when Gloria is off.
How about your daughter?
My daughter? Celeste has never come back home.
Disappeared. She was adopted, am I right?
The investigators confirmed that she intentionally left. They never suspected a kidnapping since there was no ransom request.
How about Weeman? Wasn't he a suspect?
A flash in the pan, an idiot who brought confusion by sending warnings and threats.
And her birth parents?
Dr. Reed, young girls often decide to just go. And this is what my daughter decided to do.
Jennifer.
What did you say?
At times, you'd call her Jennifer.
No, My
Mr.
daughter...
Felton, what has really happened to your daughter?
I just told
How
you.
about the off-the-record version?
I am not sure where you're trying to go with this, but I won't tolerate... I don't have the strength for this now.
I know you've been trying to forget her, but this picture might help you to.
What is this? Where did you get this picture?
Isn't she your daughter? Celeste, or as you called her? Jennifer?
I asked you a question.
Back of the picture says Jennifer.
There is no Jennifer!
You thought I was stupid, didn't you, Mr. Felton? Do you really think I'd come here without knowing what I'm talking about?
Who are you, and why did you come here? Did you come to my home to threaten me with your condescending
Threatening
tone?
you? So maybe I should ask your wife then.
She's not home.
Seems like she is.
Mr. Felton, I just talked to the director of the Institute on the phone. They have never heard of Dr. Reed. She is not what she claims to be.
Well, Miss Reed, if that is your real name, your time here has ended. Please, leave my property. Miss Gloria will escort you out.
Please follow me.
Mr. Felton, please, tell me what you did to your daughter!
Good evening.
Follow me.
Mr. Felton.
Well, that was a... I'm gonna turn
You
it
know the
next.
way. How do you even...
How do I do what?
How do you even sleep at night? You use people's lives regardless of the pain you cause. The Feltons have been through a lot. And they are good people.
Gloria, a young girl disappeared.
We all know the story, unfortunately. A burden that the Feltons will have to carry for the rest of their lives. Celeste just left them.
If that was the case, there was a motivation behind it. And it threatened her life.
Dum dum dum. Disappearance achievement. Wordages, we're getting achievements left and right, yo. Left and right. Cause we play like that. But she's not gonna leave so easily, right? She's gonna figure something out. Oh, maybe somebody comes and stops her, talks to her or something. Wait, what? Oh, there's a key. And there we are. Haha! Now we can get in the front door again. Man, there are a lot of cutscenes in this. I like this. I'm assuming it changes. There's a certain point, I'm sure, where you have to do a lot of sneaking and stuff like a normal stealth game, but still, I like it. Would you like to save your game as you're about to enter a completely different aspect of it where you're probably going to die a lot? Yeah, okay, yeah. We will find out your secrets, Mr. Felton, if that is even your real name. Yeah, I know, right? Cultural references with you, Siluel. Love it. Okay, look for the mirrors with the metronome. From now on, you can save your game only by using those. Oh, mirrors with a metronome. Okay. Tutorial flashlight. You can disable tutorials from the settings menu. Flashlight switch. Some areas of Felton Mansion are really dark. It may be difficult to find your bearings. Press the flashlight switch to light up your way. But remember to turn it off if you do not want to stick out. Get inside the mansion and meet Dr. Felton complete. Now, investigate on the disappearance of Celeste. So this. Identify the source of the tune, meet Mrs. Felton. Alright. Oh, I see. It's a little chest flashlight. She doesn't hold it with her hand. Okay. Okay. Well, that's it for now. So we will... Main menu. Yep.